Alright, boys and girls. Alright, first thing we're going to start off with is like the issues, because I know a lot of people want to know what are the issues that come with owning a Ducati, because a lot of people claim that you're going to have a lot of issues with Ducatis and BMWs. Anything like foreign, basically. So long story short, I haven't had any issues with this bike so far. The only quote-unquote issues I've had with this bike would be like the charcoal canister clogging up, and I just deleted it, and now the bike runs fine. Other than that, that was the only problem that I had with this bike. I have not had any malfunctions, haven't had any issues. I will say there is one other issue, but it hasn't been like announced by Ducati yet. But a lot of people are blowing their ABS fuses, and it cannot be diagnosed right now. I guess I've blown mine. I don't really care to check it because I don't use ABS. I don't need it. Now, I know the only thing that it does affect is when you go to try to do launch control. You cannot do launch control without ABS, because whatever race mode you got to be in, all that stuff has to be turned on. But like I said, I don't really care for it, so I'm not going to use it. So yeah, as far as issues go, I have not had any issues. I'll have to check and see what mileage I got this bike at, because I know I'm over 16K right now. Yeah, 16,143 miles. And I got it roughly around when it was like 9,400 miles or something like that. So I am a little over past my Desmo service, but after this video I will be taking it to get a Desmo service, and I will have a video on that breaking down all the costs and what I got done myself and what I'm doing myself to save myself some money so I won't get beaten over the head with Ducati tax. Speaking of with the Desmo service, me personally, I got quoted $1,750 to $1,800 to get everything done. That was just a quick estimate, because the technician that gave the guy the quote, he just came back from a test drive and he was doing everything on the fly. He didn't actually put it in the computer, but it was roughly $1,750 to $1,800 to get everything done that I needed done for this bike, which was check my valves, spark plugs, and fork oil. Everything else I'm doing it myself, save myself some money, so I'm not spending that $3,000 that everybody thinks you have to spend. Because a lot of that stuff is so simple and easy. Like, I don't get it. If you can't work on your own bike, you just go ahead and sell it and just get rid of it, you know what I mean? If you guys remember, if you've been watching my videos long enough, so when I first got this bike, if you guys remember, I definitely said that the Desmo service was going to cost roughly around the same as the 15K service for the BMW. I think I ended up paying like $1,600 for that, and I was kind of spot on. I mean, $1,750, $1,800, you know, that's not too far off from that price tag that I spent on the BMW, in which I pretty much had the same thing done to my BMW, just forks, the spark plugs, and checking the valve. That was it. Now, I am not taking it to that place that I took my BMW to, because those guys are absolute garbage. Go leave a bad review on their account, whatever. But yeah, I'm actually taking my motorcycle to Wow Motorcycles. Hopefully they take really good care of me. I'm already speaking them up a little bit, because they called me back and actually gave me a quote. So hopefully that's a good sign, because the other company, they did not even call me back. So, and I didn't want to take my bike to them anyways. So that's a win-win for me. Alright, so moving on to the next thing, it's going to be performance and like how this thing handles, and like just the power delivery, just the raw power. And I want you guys to realize something. I do not have a tune on this bike just yet. And I know what you're thinking, oh, you're going to mess up your internals, whatever. I have a tune on the way. And also, I don't think running rich or lean or whatever is going to like do that much damage to your internals as people think. But because people run like aftermarket exhaust and slip-ons all the time, like without putting a tune on it. But I will say, I'm going to insert a clip right here just showing off some of the things that I can do, like to my ability, and how this thing handles and performs in corners, and like just like a 40 to 100 or something like that. And just, here you go. guys can see, this thing is absolute beast. In the corners, 0 to 60, like 40 to whatever, this thing just wants to eat. It's just built for the track, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will say, if you do plan on getting Ducati V4, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve with this bike because it is very, very like leaned forward. That's the one thing. It sits taller. That's the other thing. And then one more thing would be like how the weight is distributed throughout the bike. Like, it's a lot more bulkier than like an S1K or an R1. You know what I'm saying? I think it's heavier as well. So like, that's something you have to get used to. And then also the 255 in the back, that's something you got to get used to, opposed to like your 190 60 or 190 55. Other than that, I mean, this thing handles like a champ. Now, I have not taken this to the track yet. I have been to the Tail of the Dragon. I've been to Highway 25 in Leeds. I've been to a couple of different mountains here and there, but I have not taken it to the track to see how this thing really performs. And I wanted to go later this month in November, but just finances and just time just don't really line up like that. So I'm gonna opt out and I might go to one in December down in Tampa or something like that, where it's a little bit warmer, or I might just wait till next year. But yes, wrapping that up, like I said, this thing handles like a dream, man. If you plan on getting one, you're gonna be fairly amazed. And let me just say this real quick, I don't have the electronic suspension opposed to my S1K that I had. It had the electronic suspension. You can get that. My opinion, you're not really gonna feel the difference on the street or the track unless you're like a professional rider. So I don't know why people make that such a big deal. The only thing that I really felt electronic suspension was on my S1K was when I went to Tail of the Dragon. You're switching back and forth so much, and like being able to, I mean, I rode that bike pretty good, pretty hard, and for a while, like just really understanding that bike, getting used to it and getting to know it, I could kind of tell a little bit of a difference, but it wasn't like that drastic to where like, oh, I need it on every single bike. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna continue this video off the bike to kind of deep dive a little bit into more about what I like about this bike and if you guys should get it or not. Okay, let's try this again. I recorded on my phone, but it's too much wind noise. I don't have my actual big camera with me, so just bear with me and let's jump back into this. So going over the reliability of this bike. I have not had any like mechanical problems. I have not had anything go wrong. If anything that went wrong, it was my fault or like user error. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing I've had go wrong was the back brake. It did not work with my aftermarket rear sets. And then I had the back brake caliper. I took it off and I bled it one day when I had my aftermarket rear sets on. And then I guess the calipers just, the pistons on the inside just wanted to stay out. And I'll throw it up on the screen right now. The actual brake disc got freaking hot as crap and started glowing red one night. So other than that, I mean, and then also on the other side, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but my bar is cracked simply because I put those bar ends, the lever guards on, and I tightened them down too tight and ended up cracking it. I do have another one of those on the way, another clutch lever on the way. But other than that, I haven't had the battery die on me. I haven't had any electronics fail other than the ABS fuse being blown. Everything works as stated in their manual. Everything works as it should. There's no other problems going on with the bike. So that is a win for Ducati. All right, next thing up on the list, we're gonna be going over the mods that I've done to this bike. It's not a lot, and I know it's gonna be kind of quick, but the only thing that I've really done to this bike is obviously the first things first is the fairings. I did the fairings, I got them from Monster Fairings. I have a code in the description box. If you use that link, you'll get a free bolt kit with your purchase. And yeah, they do custom fairings. They don't come with this. This is the add-on I put on myself. But you do get custom painted fairings. You can customize them, put different designs and graphics on there. They do sell carbon, but it's not real carbon. So if you're into that, have at it. Next, I did the exhaust. So I got the exhaust from my buddy Chowski Moto, or Chowski Street Lab. And he got a really good deal on it for me. I'm not really, here's the thing about the exhaust, okay? I know it's titanium, right? But it's taking way too long for this thing to blue up, purple up, whatever you want to say. It's done it down here a little bit, but I know that it's filthy right now, and I have been cleaning this since I got back from Dallas the first time, and I don't know what it is, but it just gets so dirty. Now, when I have my other belly pan on, my carbon one, it actually covers this a little bit more, so it doesn't get as dirty, but with the tire being right there, I know the backside's gonna get dirty and all that good stuff, but I do, after I make this video, I do planning on taking this off today and actually trying to clean it up and torch it. So that'll be a cool little video. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then oh well. All right, the next thing I've done is the carbon. Like I said, I do have a carbon belly pan. My other piece is off with Rafa. He's actually fixing it for me. And then I have this tail piece, and he does need to fix this for me, but I might just leave it, you know? It has a little character. Like, what is a bike without one piece of it on there being clapped? You know what I'm saying? But this is not that big of a deal. I mean, just a little bit of clear coat, honestly. Has a little crack right there in it. I'm not too worried about it because you don't really notice it unless you walk up on it and you're actually looking for it. But I do have some more carbon coming for the bike. I have this piece coming in carbon, which is, that's dirty. I need to clean that. I have the brake ducts coming. That's in forged carbon. And I have the forged carbon aero disc for the rear. It's gonna look so sick whenever I get that aero disc on here, because I have this in carbon, the tire hugger, I have the aero disc, I have the belly pan, and I have the front brake calipers. And the only thing else I need to do would be the wings, and I'm contemplating if I want to do the tank or this or not, because I just don't know how it'll flow, you know what I'm saying? And I do want to do these too, to give it just, because carbon is meant to be accented, and I don't want to go full carbon, you know what I'm saying? Because I do want to be able to switch up my colorways and stuff like that, so full carbon is not an option right now. But like I said, I was supposed to get these from Fastlane D, but his fairings blew off and they broke, so it's all good, you know what I'm saying? He got the Superleggera wings now, and they look freaking amazing. And it makes me want to do it on mine, but the only thing is, I'm probably going to be switching up fairings here shortly, maybe, and I'll have to keep on drilling and like reattaching, like it's a lot of work, and those things are very expensive. If you don't know, go find out how much they cost, and you'll be surprised. The other mod that I've done would be these lever guards. They were probably like 25 bucks on AliExpress. And that's another thing, people think that you cannot put like cheap mods on a bike. I mean, you do realize, like, ordering from AliExpress, you're ordering straight from the manufacturer, so like, depending on what you get. Now, I'm not gonna be going out there and getting like fake gear or whatever, Temu gear, but just some things like this, or levers, or whatever, like, just little stuff like that. That's not gonna be a detrimental to you if it came down to life or death, you trying to like escape an accident or something like that. That's the only time I'd put something from Temu on my bike. The next thing I've done would be adding this gold heat tape to my brake lines. A lot of people say it doesn't really do anything. To me, it makes a big difference, because I swear, whenever I didn't have this exhaust on here, I haven't noticed it that much of this exhaust, and plus I've already had this on here, I'm not taking it off. These lines would get so hot, it would evaporate this brake fluid in here, and it would evaporate it all the way through my lines. And then one day, I was just riding, and I came to push the brake down. I had no brake. My foot went all the way down, no back brake, blew through a light, and yeah, so I had to go home and bleed it. Found out there was actually nothing in here, and there was nothing in my lines because I had so much air in there. So this is one little thing that I've done to kind of keep things cool on the brake side. I don't know if it helps or not. Now I can't say this 100% helps, because every time I go to bleed my back brake, there's fluid still in here, and there's fluid in my lines. There might be just a little bit of air. But other than that, this helps out tremendously. And plus, you can tell it helps because they put it in there already on some of those lines. And then also, I'm not going to show my plate, but also I have the gold wrap under here for my tank, so that way the exhaust does not heat up my gas tank and the fuel inside, because that's a bad combination. Fuel to get hot, and then yeah, it'll be over with. But yeah, this is a cool little mod. I say mod, but yeah, and then also it looks cool when you're riding from the back and people see it. I have a GSP sticker and with kill tally marks on the back, so it's always a good conversation starter. Moving on to this side of the bike, I do have this hydraulic line right here wrapped in that gold tape, and I think this is your clutch sleeve right here. So it goes from your clutch up here, takes out the reservoir, squeezes it, and it pumps it into the clutch sleeve, and then it also engages and disengages the clutch, allowing you to use it like that, opposed to like a wire pulling it. And I really think that's about it with the mods that I've done. I know a lot of people ask me all the time, people that have a Ducati, how do you get a quad lock in here? So what you have to do is you have to go to eBay, and there's actually like a little cylinder piece, and you have to go through the bottom of your triple tree, a little hole at the bottom, and you have to use this string and feed it through that and feed it through here, and then you pull up, bring that cylinder all to the top. That way this has something to expand out to, because this hole is so wide. If you expand it all the way out, it's not going to touch any of the walls, so you need like an adapter piece to go in there. Now, one thing I have not said yet about the mod list is a tune. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm getting my tune from. I am getting a tune soon. I already ordered it. By the time I release this video, it will probably be on the bike already, and I will probably have a video made with it already, because I don't expect my bike to be in the shop that long, but if it is, then I'll improvise. But yeah, I think this tune is gonna be nasty. It's gonna set this thing off, man. And I'm kind of nervous about it, because I already know the power that this bike has stock without a tune on it. I know when it gets a tune, it's just gonna be even more rowdier. It's gonna be even more crazy, and like that's just crazy to believe that I'm gonna have that much more horsepower under my nuts that I'm riding on like almost daily. Well, that's crazy to believe. And I'm super excited to see the dyno numbers as well, because there's not really a lot of dyno numbers with this tune, so we'll see. All right, moving on to my next little bulletin point, comparing this bike to my S1K. If you love your S1K, you think it's smooth, it's the easiest bike you've ever rode in your life, it's just super comfortable, you'll never get rid of it, don't get this bike. Just don't get it. Now, if you're like me, who just wanted to have a Ducati because it's one of your dream bikes, I say get it, man. This is probably one of the rowdiest bikes I've ridden. Besides the H2, I've not ridden the H2 yet, but this is one of the most raw, rowdiest, craziest bikes I've ridden. And mind you, this is stock, so this is not even with a tune yet, like I said. So this thing is just completely rowdy. Now, with my S1K, it was super smooth. The tune on it made it even more smooth. Everything about it, the power delivery, everything was just smooth. When you get on the throttle, the power delivery with this thing, it's like from a different planet. Like, it's just boom, 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 boom. And there's not really a flat spot in any of the gears. I think there's like a little, it's not necessarily like a flat spot, but it's a little bit of a delay in between third and fourth, I believe, or maybe it'd be second and third. I can't really remember, because I haven't really raced and like really paid attention to my bike like that in a minute, but I'm telling you, there's not really a flat spot in any of these, so any of these gears. So like when you get on it, it's instant, and it kicks up so quick. And I'm 250, so like that should tell you something. And if you're smaller, this thing is gonna be even more rowdy, because it doesn't have that much weight to compensate, if you will, to get you going. This bike is just crazy. Like the way it handles compared to, now I will say the S1K, it handles a lot better than the Ducati, simply because of the tire size and how much smaller it is. I will say, if you the wings on the S1K, it makes a big difference, especially in the corners. You feel more planted, but people don't realize how much drag you're adding to the bike and how much it kind of like has to compensate for that. So I know before I had my wings on my bike, it felt a lot different, and it felt a lot better, I should say. And then when I added the wings, you can definitely feel the drag. I mean, yes, you feel more planted to the ground, but you can definitely feel the drag of the bike. Like, not necessarily like lugging, like you would, like you're like letting the clutch out too fast or whatever, you're not giving enough gas, but like I said, it's just drag of the wind. Just kind of holding the bike just back, holding it back just a little bit, not a whole lot, but a lot of people won't be able to tell. But if you're riding a bike without wings and then you put wings on it, you'll definitely be able to tell. Comparing this to S1K, I would say this is a lot more like untamed, raw, unleashed power, and it's stock. And that's the crazy thing and the scary thing about it. This thing is stock, and it just has all this power underneath you. And then, like I said, whenever I get a tune, it's going to be even more insane. Like, I don't know. I'm going to be getting in trouble everywhere I go, because it's going to be so hard to keep that front wheel down and just not to freaking do 200 miles an hour wherever I go. If I had to pick one to daily, I would say S1K because of the comfortability. If I had to pick one for the track, I'd say Ducati all day. simply because, you know, bigger tire size meaning bigger contact patch. This was literally a race bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was legit a race bike. Meant for the track. Yes, the S1K is meant for the track, but, you know, they have their M1K, which is like the track variant of the bike. So, like I was saying, this is a little bit more track oriented. Now, the one thing I will say that the S1K has the Ducati beat on, which I think you have to opt in for this option, but the heated grips. Now, on my S1K, I got spoiled because mine came with heated grips. The dude already bought it or whatever. But this one, you get the button. You don't get the heated grips. You have to buy the grips, and then you have to take it to your Ducati dealer, and then they have to unlock it through your ECU. So that's just something that's crazy to me. I've never heard of that. I don't know if you do that on the BMW because, like I said, mine came with it. But if you do, that's crazy. I think if you're paying this much for a motorcycle, all that stuff should just come with the bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we paying this much money to get this real tamed, like, baby mountain lion? You know what I'm saying? And whenever you buy all the options, you get like the freaking full-grown mountain lion. Like, no, like, give us everything we paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be holding back. Just give the customers what they ask for. So like I said, I do miss my S1K a lot, but this bike, I love this bike a lot. Like I said, it has sentimental value to me now. Cause RP my boy Zary right here, long live Zary. And this is also one of my dream bikes. So I did have the S1K, that was my dream bike. I had two of them, and now I'm on the Ducati. And hopefully, one day, if you guys keep on supporting me, I'll be able to have a whole fleet of bikes, and I won't have to worry about picking and choosing which one I want to get next. So keep supporting your boy. All right, so closing out this video for you guys, overall thoughts on this bike right here. Rating it out of 10, I'm gonna have to give it a 9.5, man, a 9.5, and that's simply because, and I'm being bougie about this, but I don't have the heated grips button. I mean, I don't have the heated grips on the bike, but other than that, this bike is crazy, crazy, crazy. Like, you have to be a madman to want to, like, not even daily a V4, but like just have a V4 in general, because I'm telling you, like, it's so hard to hold yourself back and not just twist that throttle and just go 200 miles an hour down the interstate. Like I said, not everything I'm describing to you guys is like on a stock tune, so it's gonna be even like more hard when I get that tune on it to like just chill out and relax. But like I said, man, this bike is amazing. The suspension is nice. Now, that's one thing I don't have set up. I don't have the suspension set up for my weight specifically. So whatever the dude did to it before I got it, that's just how it is. And it's perfect to me. I mean, I know it can be, everything can use some improvement in life, but right now it's fine. Like, I don't notice anything crazy about it. It doesn't get squirmy on me. It doesn't like be too bouncy. It's not too hard, not too soft. So I feel like it's perfect to me. Other than that, this has been a really, really good bike to me. It has not messed up at all. The only thing that's really messed up on it was the ABS fuse, which, like I said, I don't use that anyways, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But other than that, yeah, man, I just love the bike. I can't wait to put a tune on it and do more crazy things to it, add more carbon to it, and take it to places and let you guys take pictures with it and just be that neck snapper, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, without further ado, if you guys enjoyed that video, hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment down below what you guys want to know about this bike, if you guys should get it or not. If I miss anything, put it down in the comments. I'll be trying my best to respond back to everybody. It won't be that many comments, but I do get back to everybody. Make it a priority to do so. If I have not gotten back to you, leave another comment, and I will definitely see it then. Yeah, like I said, man, I freaking love this bike. I just have nothing left to say. It's one of my dream bikes, like I said. I love it. I love everything I've done to it. The only thing I'll change is I'll get different exhaust tips, but those are on the way. I wanted to do a little bit things different first, like get the carbon and the tunes, and that can wait because it already sounds good enough with that. So yeah, hopefully that answered all you guys' questions, all you guys' concerns. Like I said, if you have anything else you want to know about, or you want to tell me anything, leave it down in the comments down below. Sorry I have to do this through my helmet because of the wind noise and everything, but don't forget, wear your gear, ride safe, don't get caught in the rain, keep chasing greatness. You never know what's going to happen in life. Stay tuned, because I got something very, very big planned for you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.